Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you were doing well. Today's video, we're going to dive into the icy world of next generation computing. And I'm going to introduce you to a startup company that you may not be familiar with, but will have massive potential for us as investors if they can make it to market. This startup company is aiming to literally freeze out the competition in the market. Let's talk about Snowcap Compute. Snowcap Compute is a startup, an innovative startup company out of Palo Alto, California, that was founded in June of last year. And they are they're betting big on semiconducting tech to supercharge AI, quantum, and high performance computing. So if you're into tech that could potentially reshape how we build data centers and push beyond the current limits of silicon today, this is a video that you're going to want to watch to the end. I'm going to give you the full background and breakdown of Snowcap Compute. Who's their leadership team? What's the value proposition they're going to bring to the market? How do they want to turn the industry upside down? And then ultimately, what competitors will they chase down? And when could we see their product in the market? What's their timeline? These are the types of insights and videos that I want to bring directly to this channel to give you more knowledge, to give you more insights in the semiconductor space. So if you haven't hit like and subscribe already, do it now. Let's dive in and talk about Snowcap Compute. First, let's show you an article that the Wall Street Journal published last week on March 4th. You can see in the header, tiny Silicon Valley startup envisions computing beyond the semiconductor. That's a picture of Mike Lafferty, the CEO, and in the subheader here is a quote from him that the breakthrough in semiconductor manufacturing could transform the economics of AI. Guys, this is a tiny startup. 8 employees at the time when they received their round of capital funding from multiple venture capitalist firms. They got a round of $25 million in June of last year. The company was valuated at $60 million at the time, but we know that once they prove their concept and bring product to market, that valuation will skyrocket. It is not a public company today, but it's a company that we have to keep our eye on because their timelines for delivery are very close. We're talking early 2027. They could become public, and we could be looking at a great opportunity for us as investors. Let's talk about their leadership team first, and then we'll dive into what they do and what makes them special. I saw on the screen, so Mike Lafferty is their CEO. He comes to Snowcap with years of experience, most recently at Cadence Design Systems, and he partnered with his two other founders are physicists, Quentin and Anna Herr. Both of them have years of experience in superconducting logic from places like IMEC and Northrop Grumman. Their board is well-rounded, and they have one member on the board that will give tremendous credibility to the street. So it's former Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger. At its core, what does Snowcap want to do? They're building the world's first commercially viable superconducting compute platform. So think of chips that run near absolute zero temperatures to deliver insane efficiencies for high demanding workloads like AI training and quantum hybrids. And what makes Snowcap special is they're ditching the traditional transistors. And they're going with something that's kind of straight out of a sci-fi movie, the Josephson Junctions. You guys may know or you may not know that these superconducting circuits run at Kelvin at a 4.5 Kelvin. That's a negative 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Using proven cryogenic cooling systems like we see in today's quantum setups. And with zero electrical resistance and logic gates that sip 5 orders of magnitude less energy than your standard CMOS chips. Snowcap is talking about performance per watt gains of 25 times better than today's top AI accelerators. And what's even more genius, and guys, that's 25 times better, even factoring in the cooling costs. And what's genius about Snowcap and what I love about their approach is that you don't have to build out new fabs. There isn't a wild manufacturing buildup or tech costs here. They fit right in to the existing 300 milliliter fabs that we see today that are being used in high volume production. So Snowcap's platform essentially lets partners port their existing designs like CPUs and GPUs and AI chips straight into this super cool world, unlocking massive density in data centers. Imagine cramming the power of 100 racks into something the size of a suitcase. That's not just power efficient. It's a game changer for sustainability in an era where AI data centers are guzzling up more power than entire cities. So Snowcap is still in the early innings. We have to be clear about that. They shared some timelines, which I'll give you in a moment, and they've tapped out their first test chip, Snowcap 1, with demos that were demonstrating the blistering performance per watt that they mentioned. But their full risk production, meaning when chips are ready for partner testing, probably is not till mid to late this year. And their first basic commercial chip is slated to roll out towards the end of this year, but I mean, we may think it probably will move into early 2027. And it's a multi-year ramp up, you guys know, in semiconductor. It's not a plug and play system yet for Snowcap, but with their fab partnerships that they have and the EDA support from Cadence Design, they're moving much faster than many other deep tech startups in this space. So who are they gunning for? Who's their competition? Who do they want to chase down? You guys know who they are. They're going to gun for the big boys, the Nvidia, Intel, AMD, who has their GPUs running in those data centers today, those power hunger GPUs that they have. That's what they want to track down. That's what differentiates them, is their efficiency. Because their real edge, as I mentioned, is efficiency. They're not a direct swap, though. They will be more like a complement or a disruptor for energy-constrained setups. And what I love about what their CEO said in a recent interview, he said that efficiency is nice, but performance sells. And he's absolutely right. Many of these companies will not switch just based on efficiency. They need performance. So he said, we're pushing on the performance levels while also pulling down the power demands at the same time. That's an amazing combination. If they can prove that and bring to market, that will differentiate them. That will give them great value in the marketplace, in my opinion. So in high performance computing and quantum, it opens the door to hybrid setups where classical and quantum compute can coexist in the same crypto environment. Cutting latencies, boosting speed, long-term, this could democratize the high-end computing, making it greener and more accessible while pushing us past silicon's physical limits. If they nail it, we're looking at a paradigm shift where cooling could become the next mantra in semiconductor space. And so now we have to wonder, can they make it to market? Can they deliver on what they've said? What's our prediction overall? I'd say if you look at the tech, it is legit. Their leadership team is legit. They have tons of massive experience, and they are backed by decades of research with the Josephson Junction and the way they're approaching the market. They've got the chops to deliver those efficiency leaps. I believe that. In a world where AI energy demands are exploding and projected to hit 8% of the global power by 2030, Snowcap's solution could be a lifesaver for some hyperscalers like Google and Amazon. And when you have an individual like Pat Gelsinger on board in their board, it screams credibility to the market. And their fab-ready approach, without having to change anything, fitting right into the current fabs today, avoids many pitfalls that we have seen with other crypto startups in the past. So that said, there are still challenges. I mean, scaling crypto infrastructure isn't easy. It's not cheap. Convincing partners to redesign towards a 4.5 Kelvin operations and trying to shift existing players out of the space or competing with big players like Nvidia and AMD could slow and will probably slow them down. And timelines may slip. They were pretty ambitious with when they could get to market. We'll see if they can deliver on that. But this is a risky field, as you know. But overall, I think their shot at success, we could say, is strong. I'd say you could put it at a 60-70% of commercial viability by 2028. If they nail those early demos and snag a big partnership along the way, it is a bright road for them. They may actually be acquired by somebody if their proof of concept works well. So it's a high risk, high reward. But if anyone can make semiconducting mainstream, it is the crew behind Snowcap Compute. So what do you guys think? Is Snowcap Compute a game changer potentially in the semiconductor space? Or is it a deep freeze flop? Love to hear your opinion. Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Snowcap Compute. And if you have, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.